You can cry all you day, all want, but you're going to follow the rules, or else you will go to jail and stay in jail until we can dispose of. You don't get to harm your children, and then we're going to sashay down the road and play like it didn't happen.
The tension in Judge Stevens' courtroom is off the charts today. The defendant is staring down a possible 4-year sentence, but the real shocker. Judge Stevens just overruled CPS and ruled that her kids cannot be in her custody until this case is resolved. That's like tossing gasoline on an already raging fire. Now, the stakes aren't just about jail time. It's about losing her family too. The excuses are piling up, the pressure is mounting, and you can practically see the judge's patience thinning with every word. The question is, can she survive the crushing weight of both prison time and losing her children? Let's dive in and find out. And hey, if you enjoy these courtroom breakdowns, make sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next case.
Crystal Steele, I have 2 cases. So initial appearance day for you, huh?
Yeah, all
Are they? Oh.
I think on this case, Judge, there's a companion CPS case that's going on. So with who's coaching on the CPS?
So we want to.
I thought you had a CPS case going on too. This
We
case.
got closed, so.
Oh, okay, so it's closed. If you look at the charge, she had a CPS case that was companion to this, but I think
You're charged in these 2 cases, 24 CR 2367 and 2368, with similar state jail felonies, abandoning or endangering children younger than 15 years of age. It looks like 2 different children of yours. Are you still at 4540 Hartel?
Yes, sir.
Where are the children?
They're in daycare and school.
No. Where do they sleep at night?
Oh, where they sleep at night?
Yeah.
In their beds.
Where's that? What's their address?
4540 Hartel.
Oh, where you live?
Mhm.
I don't think so.
That's why I was bringing it up. I think what happened, Judge, is that's why I was bringing up the CPS. And she said, remember, she just said that the CPS case was closed.
I don't care.
I believe
I really don't care about the CPS. I'm worried about these indictments that the grand jury handed up. You're not supposed to have contact with the victims.
I think
That's your children. You got to figure it out.
Well, I think I'm just trying to help her. To my understanding, CPS returned her kids back.
I don't care what they did. When she's indicted, I have rules that are standard conditions of bond, standard conditions of all cases pending. You shall have no contact with victims. If your children happen to be the victim, you can't have contact. We've got to work that out. Everybody knows that. I don't care what CPS does. Yeah, I care. I hope they do the right thing is what I care about. But their investigation is different from the grand jury. And the grand jury says you committed crimes. You can cry all you day, all want, but you're going to follow the rules, or else you will go to jail and stay in jail until we can dispose of this case. Now, there's a good reason why this happens, even with children. Because when you don't have this rule, all of a sudden the victims change their stories because they get prodded, they get coerced, they start being felt like they're the guilty ones because they were victimized. And it's not fair to victims, especially when they're children. And don't interrupt while I speak. You have a chance to speak. The rules are clear. He knows it. The DA's office knows it. We all know what the rules are. You can't have contact with the victims. And if they're your children, the grand jury shouldn't have had information that they deemed was appropriate that caused them to bring an indictment against you for harming 2 children. Even if they're yours, you don't get to harm your children. And then we're going to sashay down the road and play like it didn't happen. We're going to deal with it. And then, but everybody separates, because the worst thing that can happen if something bad happens, kids all of a sudden change their story for no particular reason. Well, we all know influencing is going on. But strangers have come into your life because of this, and the law says this is what must happen until we can dispose of the case so that there's not further problems. Do you understand?
Yes.
You may not like it, but that's the way the law is. And too many people come up here as though the law doesn't matter. It's what we want. No, we have to all follow the rules because they were built for all of us, whether we like it or not. You don't follow the rules, here you are. You're charged. You're looking at up to 2 years in the state jail on each case, 4 years confinement. See, the law says this is serious.
I say, sir,
Go ahead.
I didn't hit my kids. I didn't do nothing.
I'm sorry. This isn't a debate.
Okay.
The grand jury indicted you for certain things, but that's not the time to debate. Do you think I'm going to listen to you and go, okay, I'm going to tear up these indictments now that I've heard your side of the story? No, they had a side that they heard that they felt compelled to bring 2 indictments, ma'am. And this needs to get followed legally. He's a good lawyer. I'd follow his advice. But here's the deal. I don't want contact with them until I'm resolved with this. But what happens, we all know what happens. All of a sudden, these stories change because they've been influenced. That happens every time it's allowed. That's why we don't allow this. People are more worried about getting themselves out of trouble, and they don't care what manipulation occurs. And it's not going to be on my watch. I find out about it. I find out you have any contact with the children, you're going to sit in jail until we get this resolved. And some cases are taking years. So what are you going to do about it?
I'll send them to their parents. I'll send them away. I
Ma'am?
have no other choice.
No, ma'am, you don't. But you need to do that immediately.
Okay.
So where are they going to be so the state's attorneys know? Because they have a vested interest.
I have to send my daughter to her daddy, and I'll see if my granny can get my son. Well, I know my granny can get my son.
Okay, that has to get done immediately, okay?
All right.
And I need something from your attorney that assures me that's been done
Okay.
so that his license is on the line and your freedom is on the line.
All right.
We got to fix this mess. And most of these messes are fixable, but it has to be done in the right way. Do you understand? You didn't tell her about this, Langston? That she couldn't have contact with? Nobody told you?
I don't get in trouble. I ain't never got in trouble.
No, but somebody should have told you.
I bonded out.
That you're not supposed. Yeah, the bond condition says don't have any contact with
The
victims.
CPS case. The CPS.
I don't care. The CPS doesn't run me.
I didn't say that, sir.
No, but the CPS has theirs. We have this. The indictments speak right now, and the law follows the indictments.
I'm actually glad Judge Stevens called out her attorney, because let's be real, skipping CPS protocol in a case like this isn't just sloppy, it's dangerous. When a judge flat out warns you that your license could be on the line, that's not courtroom theatrics. That's the law hitting you square in the face. Attorneys are officers of the court, and when children's safety is involved, the standard isn't just higher, it's sky high. I'm sick of watching kids treated as afterthoughts while parents make excuses and lawyers act like the judge is just being too strict. CPS rules exist because too many children have already suffered from chaos at home. And looking at this defendant, it's painfully clear she doesn't have the stability to raise kids right now. That's why Judge Stevens wasted no time securing the children first. Family court doesn't roll the dice when minors are at risk. And here's a kicker most people don't realize. Attorneys who mishandle child protection cases can face career-ending discipline from the state bar. At the end of the day, this hearing isn't just about her. It's about whether her support system respects the law enough to actually protect kids.